Good day, folks. Today I'm going to be reviewing the game Super Scrabble. Now, the original Scrabble was made by Sal Callenreiter in the late 40s, early 50s, and that game is a classic. Now, this game is a derivative of that in the ways that they have doubled the size of the board, and they've also doubled the amount of tiles that you're going to have to use. So you're going to have 200 tiles as opposed to 100. They've also added a quadruple multiplier in this game. So let's check it out. Okay, so on the board here you have a grid, and you also have a whole bunch of letter tiles in here, 200 to be exact. And in the beginning, everybody's going to go ahead and draw 7 tiles. Now, each of the tiles are going to have a letter and then a number on them, and the number is going to be how much points they're going to be worth if you end up playing it here on the board. Also, there's different spaces here that are going to increase the value of your letter or your word. A double letter score, for example, would make this tile worth 4 points. Triple letter would make this one worth 6 points, and then the quadruple letter score, which is over here, this is going to make this tile 8 points. Each of the tiles are going to have a different value. Like a W, for example, is going to have 4 points. So the object of the game is you're going to be trying to score the most points, and you're just going to be making words in a crossword type style and building up on them to score points. So for example, let's say player 1 goes, you'll go ahead and start on the star here, and he says he makes the word weary over here. And then he'll go ahead and score the points. So he has 4 for this, 5 for this, 6 for this, and then 4 will make 10. So that will be his word. Then he will go ahead and draw back up to 7 tiles on his rack. Now, if he manages to end up spelling a word using all 7 letters in his rack, that is going to score what's called a bingo, and that will give him a bonus 50 points. So now it's going to be player 2's turn, and player 2 has a few options. What he's mainly going to do is he's going to have to pick one of these letters to build off of his next word. He can also build a word like this so long as the letters that he is building off of can create words of their own. Also on your turn, you can exchange any amount of tiles for tiles in the bag. However, you won't be able to spell a word on your turn. So let's say he makes the word fax. He goes F and then A and then X over here. So what's going to happen is he's going to score multiple points. So he'll get 4 points for the F. This will be a double letter, so that is going to be 2, so that's 6. He's got 8 points for this, but then he's also going to score for these words here. So he'll go ahead and score 2 points for this, 4 points for this, another 8 points for this, and then 9 points for that. So then he'll go ahead and add those points to his score, and then he'll draw back up, and then it will go back to the next player, and so on and so forth. And this is the way the game is pretty much going to work. You're just going to be building words off of the letters that are on the board. Now, there can be a place in the game where somebody makes a word, and the other player will have the option to challenge that word. If the word that is challenged is actually not a word, then that player who made the word is going to have to take the letters off and lose his turn. However, if the word was valid, then the player that made the challenge is just simply going to go ahead and lose his turn. You also are going to have blank tiles. If you get one of these, you can use these to make any letter, however, they're not going to score any points. So if you end up doing like a double word score, that's going to double the entire word. Same thing works with the triple word score and the quadruple word score, only they'll be tripled and quadrupled. The end of the game will be triggered once the bag runs out of tiles, and everybody will continue their turn until one person runs out of tiles on their rack or no more words can be formed. Each player will go ahead and count the amount of points that they have, and they will deduct any points that are left from tiles on their rack. If the player ends up running out of tiles, he will receive the points that were deducted from his opponent's tiles. He'll total all the points up, and whoever has the most amount will win the game. Scrabble is a game that I've always liked. I've been playing the game online for a long time with my uncle. Great game, especially if you like words. I think personally, the game is a classic. It's great for people who like words. It's great for people who want to maybe learn some more words. It's just a fun game. I really enjoy Scrabble. The thing with Scrabble is a lot of times you can play with a guy who's really good at words and then somebody who may not be so well versed in words. So it can be a little bit imbalanced that way. Super Scrabble is the same way. I mean, it doesn't have many things different as far as the gameplay goes, except for the fact that the board is bigger, there's double the amount of tiles, and it has the quadruple spaces. The main thing I've noticed is that it's going to take a lot more time to finish this game because, well, it's doubled in everything. So that's just one thing to consider. Usually if a Scrabble game takes, say, 45 minutes to play, you're looking at 90 minutes, for example, of playing this game. But, if you're looking for a game that you might want to play over the course of several days, you could do that. But if you do find the game, I'd recommend getting it. I mean, it's a fun game, it's Scrabble, but it just gives you double the amount of what you would normally have. All right, guys, that's my review of Super Scrabble. We'll see you. Keep on gaming.